Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. It's team news reaction time. Liverpool versus Newcastle. Chris, go and mute that for us. We are about an hour away from... We're about an hour away from kick-off here. We've got Liverpool team news. We're going to go through it in a moment, of course. But yeah, I just want to thank everyone for joining us. We have got Tom down at Anfield just to get some footage. There was talk of there being an FSG out protest or whatever pre-match. Now, it doesn't look like that was such a thing. There are some banners and what have you. We know there was a coach greeting of sorts as well. We'll have some footage of that for you guys a little bit later on when Tom gets it sent over to us, of course. But you can see a lot of this stuff on social media as well right now. Yes, the team is out. Chris Pajak, are there any surprises?
There are a couple of little surprises, to be honest with you. So we're going to go Alisson in goal. We've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, Kabak. No Nat Phillips again, so Fabinho's going to slot in at centre-half again with Robertson. Then it looks like we've gone 4-2-3-1 because Thiago and Wijnaldum are playing centre midfield. And then I've got Firmino in the 10, Mane, Mohamed Salah and Diogo Jota all start. So it could be 4-3-3, but I think the likelihood when we're looking at all four of those players is that we go that 4-2-3-1. I like the stability here with Wijnaldum and Thiago, protecting Fabinho and Kabak, and then unleashing the front four ahead of them. Firmino back into that 10 role that we know he did so much back at Hoffenheim, was it, in the day? Hoffenheim, yeah, and then when he obviously came to Liverpool as well, he was playing in that 10. Behind Mane left. I've gone Salah there, but you know what? We could actually see something along the lines of Diogo on the left-hand side, Sadio Mane on the right, and potentially Salah in the number 9 position as well. Although, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure where I feel with that. Substitutes though: Adrian, James Milner, Naby Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Jones, Chimikas, Shaqiri, Reece Williams, Nico Williams. So no Nat Phillips on the bench, no Ben Davies on the bench again. But importantly, I think Kurt Jones back in the mix here on the bench. So that's it. Where do you stand, Paul? Where do you think the front four are going to be positioned?
Honest answer is I've got no idea, and I think what you'll probably find is Salah starts right, and then it'll be fluid between Jota and Mane, left and central. I think we've probably seen more of that than the other when we've done this formation. But to be fair, we can do almost it. The only thing you're not going to see is Salah on the left. And that's pretty much about it. But yeah, come and join me. We'll have a little chat through that and chat through the bench. Scott Hawkes has sent a comment in saying it's 3:30 in the morning. Goals. Jeez. I need goals. Come on,
coffee.
You Reds.
And coffee. You need coffee too. Andy Carroll on the bench.
Yeah, absolutely. And Javi Manquillo as well. It's a veritable Liverpool old boy fest.
Shelby starting.
Oh yeah. Lord Voldemort himself anchoring the midfield.
So BT Sport have got Salah up top, Mane on the left, Jota on the right. I'd be surprised if that was the way that we did it as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, again,
Mane would be the right.
It's still more likely than Salah left wing and any other variation on the field.
No chance.
That's probably
in
the
hell.
second least likely.
No chance that Salah starts on the left hand side.
That's the second least likely what BT have got up there, I think, on the balance of things. But again, it's more possible than what than the Salah on the left kind of thing. Yes, Christoph. Thunder saying, am I the only one who's worried about Davies? Empath. Yeah, I mean, look, some made the point. If Ben Davies isn't even not making the bench for these games, I mean, I think we knew it already, didn't we? But I can't. It's mad. It's like, who is he?
It's not that mad, really. It's not, because it was what, £2 million? I know that's a lot of money to us, but in football terms, it's not.
Yeah.
And if it meant that, like, let's say you didn't get Ozan Kabak over the line or whatever, then Ben Davies would be on the bench here, and Reece Williams and potentially Fabinho would be playing centre-half. So it is mad, but it's not mad at the same time. He was quite clearly a backup option, and he has been treated like a backup option.
And we've saved him from getting embarrassed in Scottish footy by not winning the title to Rangers. You know what I mean? We've done him a solid and paid him handsomely for it as well. Michael McGuinness says, you lads have inspired me. So starting from the last game of the season, I would tend to follow you guys. I've got a mic and a tripod coming. Just need a board like you guys. How big is it and where do you get it? A board?
Is he talking about the starting 11 board? Because Yeah, that's...
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is...
And especially if you're planning on following us with it, you're not going to be able to cart that round with you.
Yeah,
it's
honestly.
Ginormous.
Oh my God, yeah, that was... fine, yeah.
Put it this way, it's a double window that we've covered up with a metal board.
And a lot of plywood and a hefty there's probably a much cheaper way of doing it, is what we'll say. We just do what we used to do, go get yourself a magnetic whiteboard and a Sabutio pitch.
Yeah.
That's what that kept us going for a long old while. Shane Duffy saying 4-4-2 attacking. I'd say 4-2-3-1 defending. Well, that's the possibility with it as well. We've seen a little bit of that, a 4-4-2-ish kind of variant on this again with those lads in the teams where you start. It's like Jota, Firmino and Salah maybe centre forwards, and then you've got Mane and Jota who drop back in and do some of the dirty work.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense, actually. I could see us doing that. I think certainly we're going to be pushing the 4 forwards. So it might actually be more 4-2-4 in some instances than 4-4-2 in that case. Obviously, it depends what the fullbacks are doing, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. You got Andy Robertson, you got Trent Alexander-Arnold. Normally, we only push one up at a time. So does everybody roll over to the left if Trent's attacking, that type of stuff? But it'll be interesting to see. I think we've all been talking about this 4-2-3-1 for a little while, and I remember having the conversation with you on the build-up show. I just didn't think it was going to be a thing because I thought he'd rotate the players between now and the end of the season, but it looks like he's going not conservative. 6 games, that's it. Push through, get the result, get top 4, get Champions League.
Well, it was a good comment earlier on. I'm sorry I missed who said it, but the point's valid regardless. Is that you've gone for big early digs here. They've set the team up. They've gone as hard. You're going as hard as you can. And obviously, you can add Curtis Jones, you can add Ox, you can add Naby if you wanted to. If you want to do more, I guess Shaqiri's on the bench. Shaqiri's on the bench. You got Shaq there as well. If you want to go a bit mad and throw everything at them, but you want to catch Newcastle cold here. I think that's the aim of the game with this formation we've gone for and the personnel that we're doing it.
Looks to be like they've done the weigh-in, they've done the press conference, and they've said that they're going to knock them out in the 3rd round. Yeah. This isn't a points decision, and that's what Liverpool are going for here.
Absolutely, and it should be, because that's the point. I said this on the build-up, is that Newcastle are, if they're not there already, they're a week or 2 away from the beach. We do this every season, and this is normally when we come undone against these teams, by the way. But that's the point about this, is that Newcastle, you want to let Newcastle know that if they're looking to accrue a few more points between now and the end of May, this is you're not going to get them from here. This is not it, and you can do that in the first half of the match. And we need to score goals. To Scott's point earlier on, we don't score enough goals in football matches anymore. We finally scored a goal in the first half against Leeds, and no one cared because it was the timing of the world that it was at the time. But yeah, Joe,
there's a record up for grabs here today, Paul.
Okay,
for Newcastle, which is kind of been this type of a season for Liverpool, hasn't it? Liverpool are unbeaten in their last 24 home league games against Newcastle, winning 20 and drawing 4 since a 2-0 loss in April 1994.
Blimey! Oh, I love playing Newcastle. Yeah, we
don't play Everton at Anfield until this season.
It's true. Yeah, well, that's it. You're right. I think there's a bit of a reinvigoration, I think, for some people, and I know in a variety of ways, and whether that's like a hunger to see change in football, or whether it's it comes off the back of a relief of not seeing football set on fire permanently, or putting the flames out, I should really say, in that regard. The coach greeting from what we saw looked. I mean, it wasn't one of the monumental ones, but it was people gathering to show support for the team. The environment's right for Liverpool to kick on now. 6 games of football left, and Klopp's been saying it. As you're saying it there, just get your head down, knuckle down, and just go and try and batter everyone, because we're more than capable. And the defence is still a thing. Fabinho centre half is not ideal, but Gini Wijnaldum and Thiago Alcantara, 2 European Cup winning centre mids. It'll be crimey a fucking river from Newcastle fans if we're trying to talk about the whatever we're lacking in their team. I think they're missing 3 centre halves as well at this point. So yeah, Joe Games Angs is worried about Robbo's fitness. He's playing every minute, and Tsimikas isn't getting a look in. When are we going to see Tsimikas play pre-season? Or if top 4's boxed on the last game of the season, I can't see any other world where he may be off the bench, but I still think he'd put Milner in at this point ahead of Tsimikas.
I agree with that. I think he's shown recently that he's going to move Milner to left back and that type of thing. So it's just he's not match fit, and there's not enough games to get match fit at this point of the season. So you use the lads that are. That's why James Milner's been getting a look in.
Yeah, Mo here saying unpopular opinion, but Jota's b's been playing better than everyone, including Salah. Curtis Jones should be subbed on to break the dead deadlock. Unpopular opinion. He's not been very good for the last few games, Jota.
Yeah, he's been good when he's come off the bench, but I don't think he's added when he's started to what we expected. I don't think he's added as much as when he's come off the bench. And Salah, I think, has been performing really well and still scoring goals. Yeah. So yeah, for me, Salah's number one. I'd put Jota number two right now. Yeah. I'd probably put Firmino number 3 maybe, and then Mane number 4 and 4 if I was to rate their form.
I think that's interesting. In fact, let us know how you would rank the front four's form in the comments. I think my thing about Salah is, and I never really thought of it this way, but if we play Fernando Torres right wing and he scored the amount of goals, like just scored Torres goals, Salah style goals, we wouldn't be asked about his all round game.
But his all-round game hasn't been bad. It's been really good anyway.
But I don't. Yeah, but true enough. But what I mean is that he has had a few games where he's been quite quiet and he just scores. You know, he's not necessarily been scintillating every game. He's not Messi. Is the kind of point I'm making from this? Is that I don't know what people expect him to play like a winger, but also score the goals of a centre forward. Whereas really we just need him to score the goals of a centre forward, and we need the other lads who need to step up to the plate. Salah is performing beyond his normal levels of the last few seasons in terms of goals. So yeah, another big game for Mane. Obviously, he got on the score sheet against Leeds, which is good to see. And yeah, it's another big game for him. So we're going to mention this very briefly, actually, because obviously the news broke yesterday. Ibrahima Konate looks like it's about to be done and dusted. A cynic might question the timing of such a leak coming out, Chris.
Yeah, the cynic might, but I think Liverpool have got a little bit of pass there, haven't they, where they've tied their transfers up early, and that's kind of it. I think you want to try and get these things done. Obviously, is it May 31st, or was that the typo in the first tweet I read a few days ago? Is it May 1st? I can't remember which one it's supposed to be, but obviously Fabrizio Romano's come out last night and sort of said that it is very close over the next few days. We will find out. I'd like us to sign both him and Kabak, if I'm being frank. I think
Kabak's now got a Boss song. It'll be a waste.
Absolute waste. I mean, I want to sing that in the terraces. I want to sing that in every place I ever go, to be honest with you. And I want room, because I've been dancing around with the kids to it already over the last couple of days. Like, they know the words already. There's not many, which is great for a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old. But we've been doing the dancing. It's been fantastic. I've done it in my porch more than anywhere else, funnily enough, as we leave the house.
Oh, okay, cool. Just take back in a second, guys. Just nip off for a little dance, little Cossack dance in the airport.
It's amazing.
Right, so yes, people asking the question: are there any protests? And again, we make this point. By the way, we saw the volume of protests for Arsenal. We've seen Man United fans breaking into the training grounds and all that. It's worth pointing out Liverpool's situation is just a little bit different to a lot of those football clubs. They've had in addition to this horrendous act of stupidity, those clubs have had years of really, really bad management and being really badly run, and having owners who haven't supported the playing staff, they haven't supported the management, they haven't supported fans, they haven't done anything particularly well anywhere around the football club. Liverpool's conversation, I'm surprised. There's been banners, we've seen the banners go up, which is right, but there's a message to be sent, and I think Liverpool's owners need to be reminded that we're not going anywhere. But I think what we're going to see, and we put a statement out. Said something on the build-up show, and we put a statement out on social medias as well, just regards to what we're going to be doing next, is keeping our eyes and our ears to the ground and seeing what happens next, because we need to make sure we move as one if there's something to be happened. And if that's, and it feels this time around like it's not going to be, there'll be some physical protesting, but I don't think it's going to be like rabid, animalistic style screaming at the ground and standing outside. It's going to be a lot more behind the scenes work. There's going to be a lot more like lobbying, I think, this time.
I've already lobbied my MP this week. I've emailed and Paula Barker, I think, is my MP. I forget now because I've looked at so many. But you can go on the government website, you can type your postcode in, you get your thing, and you email them, ask them to sign that EDM 1765, I think it was. And then you get an email back and it goes like, can you put your name, the full name and address in and stuff like that? And I got an email back off, I've already signed it, and that's for the government review. So that's something that you can do. These things aren't, I think this is where you were going with this, Paul, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think these are going to be won on the streets. I think this is what we're fighting for, isn't going to be a protest to make sure that football changes in this country, all of football. So I think, taking our lead from the likes of the FSA and Spirit of Shankly, Spine Cup 1906 and the other supporters clubs up and down the country is where we're looking at. And we're going to make our own decisions, of course, but if we can throw in behind someone and as you say, sort of strike as one, then I think that's where we see ourselves in this.
Yeah, exactly. The owners need to remember that this is not, this is a pretty unforgivable act, if not totally unforgivable act that's happened. But what comes next needs to be a calculated move, and we need to make sure that, again, whatever the messaging is, that we're all on board and we're all able to strike it, rather than everyone peel off into their own little pockets. I've seen a few of them already, and it's fine. The spirit is obviously in the right place. People are hungry for change. People want to feel like their voice is being heard, but our voices are all louder when they're together. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled, and as I say, when things happen, we should have some videos and photos and stuff from what happened pre-match, which will follow on in the next show when Tom gets it sent over to us. So do stay tuned to the watch along.
I would just like to add on to that as well. Like, if you want to sign up for the FSA, Football Supporters Federation, basically, and then what you can do is you can sign up to them. They'll email you and they'll tell you how to get involved if you do want to lobby your local MP and stuff as well. So yeah, do that. It's completely free to sign up for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, again, I know that doesn't really help a lot of fans who are based around the globe or what have you, but again, there'll be more coming. Make sure you follow us, but Shankly, Spine Cop 1906, and yeah, and look, there's no way that won't be covering, and we'll be trying our best to cover it as well along the way, because it's something we feel very, very passionately about. So yeah, so just want to remind everyone that we are trying our best to sort of get back to normal and keep rolling with things, and there are obviously a lot of obligations that we have around the world, including through Redmen Picks. We've got a fantastic game going for you guys, so if you want to have a little fun and play along and enter with a chance to win a £1,000 prize pool, then answer a bunch of very, very simple questions. I've got it for you right now here to have a little look at. So if you've got that, yeah. As you can see here, yes, Liverpool versus Newcastle United. Total prize pool of £1,000. First place is 500, and then it's broken down from there. All you've got to do is answer a bunch of simple questions. Chris Pajak thinks Liverpool will score in the first half. He's gone, yes, 83% of people think that. Will they score in the second half? Chris Pajak says, yes, 92% of people think that as well. How many goals, Chris? He's gone for two. Two. How many goals will Liverpool concede? One. Ooh.
Well, Paul, there've been an average of 3.12 goals per game in this fixture, which is from the 31 fixtures that have been played 50 times in the Premier League era. That is the highest amount of goals on average that have been scored. So I've just gone just a little bit lower than that because Liverpool haven't been scoring as many goals this season.
BBC Sports preview or Sky's preview?
Stats on.
Will Liverpool beat Newcastle United? Yes. Will Salah score? Yes. There's a bunch of really easy questions, and literally all you do is go to redmenpicks.com, sign up with just an email, create an account, and then it's completely free to play. Make sure you're 18 plus, be gamble aware, and the terms and conditions are there for you to check out as well. But yeah, the only time you ever have to put your bank details on is if you actually win money. So yeah, totally free. Get involved, and it makes us look really good as well. I'm going to go and do my picks in between these shows right now. But yes. We've had, I think I missed a couple of comments from people there. John Conway with Super Chat saying, hi, Paul and Chris. Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1. I like that. I'm here that all day. I got a bit carried away and went with the 5-0 on the build-up show. I'm sticking by that, because why not? Michael McGuinness is asking, where do you get your Liverpool songs from without copyright so I can use music in my vids for my channel? We just recorded them at the match. Yeah, that is what it is. But yeah, you got to be careful when you put music and stuff on videos, mate, because yeah, YouTube will cut off your balls. Right, we will return in about, well, I don't even know what time it is, in a bit. 12, we'll be back with the watch-along commentary, taking more of your thoughts and feelings and everything that's going on, reacting to what the manager's been talking about et al. Hope to see you back there very, very shortly indeed. Other than that, have a boss day and up the Reds.
We've got a brand new game for you to play each week. Redmen Picks is completely free to enter, and you could win either £1,000 or a share of £1,000. To win, all you have to do is answer a few questions on the upcoming Liverpool game, and whoever gets the most right will win a share of the prize pot or the full prize itself. That's it. It is that easy. You've got to be over 18. Terms and conditions apply, and you've got to gamble responsibly.